Come with me for MCM Friday! This was so much fun. Food. Lots of food. I'm hungry already. I should have had more to eat. Oh, do I want food already? No, behave. Just had a lovely chat with some people at one of the bookstores. Grabbed a bookmark. That's really lovely. That's what I love about MCM. You just get to chat to people. And it's just so fun. And you get to meet people and interact with them and learn new things and get in touch. It's just great. It's such a great time overall. I love it. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just kind of walking. But we'll find out. Ooh, I see dice. My favourite Forbidden Planet loves to see me come in. What am I going to spend my money on today? Let's find out. Okay, so counting so far, we've seen 2 Spider-Man cosplayers or Spider-Man Universe cosplayers without a dance belt on. Please, I beg you, put a dance belt on. Nothing upsets me more than having to see things I don't want to see. I then got to see this really cute band. They only got to do the warm-up whilst I was there, but I could hear them from the other side of the hall. They were honestly fantastic. And then I went to this stall. This was so cool. Look at all these lightsaber hilts. They're not real, though. They're made of Lego. The guy designed all these himself, and he was featured on YouTube. And now he does it full-time. How cool is that? That was actually the most insane shop I've ever seen. Never mind, I've just found Panama Outpost. No, that was so cool. It was a lightsaber hilt Lego shop. And someone said, they were like, oh, have you seen the one that does the Lego sabers now? I was like, oh, like, you know, the hilt. And he's like, no, the whole saber is made of Lego. It was so cool. Obviously, I had my eye on the Cal Kestis one because that is who I was cosplaying at the time. But look at this E11 blaster. How cool is that? He was saying they're all made to be to scale and lifelike, which is so cool. And apparently Cal's one had the crystalline as well. I just found Cody. Cody! I got Cody's helmet. I ain't taking it off. Wait, Jace. They don't love you like I love you.
Clean out a list. So I'm looking at the...
There's nothing really to this, but I saw Daleks and they made me happy. So there's Daleks. Just had some food, had a bit of a sit down. Just chilling, really. Con really hits different when you're solo. That's something that I've noticed. It's a very different experience doing things by yourself versus them with other people, is my my note to take away from today, I think. Fortunately, the weather was holding up today, which was really nice as well. We all got to sit outside in the sun, and it was really fun. I mean, look, here's me, outside the XL, smiling away. What a happy guy. My hair looks good from the back as well. It wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be, to be honest. Like, I thought it was going to be ridiculously rammed, but that's probably going to be Saturday. We'll tune back in, and we'll find out on Saturday what it's going to be like. But Friday, much more bearable than I thought it was going to be honest. Yeah! So, just managed to nab myself a free little photo shoot, which was really nice. So, shout out Agents of the Force. Thanks, guys. But, yeah, that was really cute. I was just turning the corner, saw them. I was like, you guys look cool. And they're like, oh, come have a photo. So, that's really nice. So, shout out to them.
Oh, my brother, I love you!
I've just spotted a wild cat. I spotted a cat in the wild. I'm gonna go say hi and try and surprise her. Spider cat. This sort of.
Ben.
Sup, fucker?
Oh, hello, sorry.
I was a hypocritical moron and forgot to take a warbot with me, so I grabbed a quick bubble tea for the way out. I managed to leave my lightsaber on the train station floor at Farringdon's. That was clever of me. But fortunately, I managed to go back and it was still there, so I managed to grab it again. MCM Friday? Smashed it. Bring on Saturday. I've been at MCM Comic Con this past weekend. I was there all 3 days, from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Such a fun time. This was my first time being at MCM London. I'd previously been to the MCM Birmingham in November. This is my first time at the London XL for Comic Con. I'd been to the London XL before, a couple of years ago, and I hate it. I hate it there. I went back this weekend, and I still hate it. I hate the XL as a place so much. It just is not... It's just not the one. In any case, it's just not the one. But you know what? Honestly, cannot give any critiques for the actual con. How it was handled, how it was organised. top notch in my opinion, honestly. But let's talk about the weekend. So on Friday, I decided I was going to go in cosplay as Cal Kestis. Bear in mind, for all 3 days of this, I went by myself. I'd planned to go by myself. I had friends who I knew I was meeting there, but none of them who were coming with me. The commute takes about 55 minutes from where I am, so I've got to walk to the station, get a train, and then swap to get a tube on the Elizabeth line to get to Custom House, which is where the Excel is. So all in all, just under an hour. It's pretty easy, really, in terms of it's not a lot of walking. So for Friday, for wearing Cal Kestis, totally fine. Actually, it was pretty easy, really. Saturday, Saturday was a different story. On Saturday, I decided I was going to cosplay as Marchion Rowe, or Marchion Rowe, or Marchion Rowe, or Mark, as we call him, from Star Wars The High Republic. And this is my first time wearing this armour to a con. I was really, really excited about it. For MCM Birmingham in November, I'd worn the same helmet, the same cape, and all those kinds of things, and I had an EVA foam armour chest on. However, for this one, I was really, really lucky. For my birthday, fantastic friend of mine, Jonathan, Comac Cosplays, love that guy. He does a fantastic Stellan Geos with the saber and everything. He kindly bought me the STL files for Marchion Rowe's chest piece and all these other little trinkets. And if you don't know, an STL file is what you use, is like the program that's used to print off 3D printing parts. So basically, he had sourced that, bought it off Etsy, and gifted it for me for my birthday, which was really, really cute. So I commissioned my good friend Tabby, also known as Miguel, who had printed off the helmet for me, to help print off the armour as well. It was really great. He's honestly such a fantastic guy. He not only printed it, but he helped sand it down and connect the pieces as well. I ended up having to meet him in King's Cross Station to do like a handover with the package, because I was going to my grandparents' birthday party and he was going through London that day, and I was like, I kind of need it before the con to like make sure it's all, working. So we had to do like a quick crossover on the train platforms, which was fun but insane. But yeah, so had all that ready, and I was really, really excited to wear it to this con. However, what I did realise is, and this is a classic con ever, I'd not worn the full cosplay before I'd gone for the day. So the boots I had bought them in a charity shop. I'd put them on, made sure they fit me, and I was like, great, cool, sorted. Spent about 2-3 hours painting them and wearing them to kind of get the colour to match, to make them look weathered enough, because for what I was going for, I had quite a specific idea in mind. Got all that aesthetically sorted. Aesthetically, could not complain. However, I realised I hadn't tried on the full cosplay until the day of the con. Because beforehand, if I was filming TikTok videos or whatever, you should go check those out, by the way, if you haven't already. It's EdSFlood on TikTok and all my other socials. I just want it kind of waist up most of the time. Like, I put the trousers on, but I was barefoot, I was in my sliders, whatever, because you don't see that when you're doing TikTok videos, so it's fine. And I wore all of it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a day. This is gonna be a struggle. We're gonna be on the struggle bus. So that was quite sore, walking about. I managed to get to the con for I got there about 11:30, because I decided I needed a lot of sleep beforehand. And I was really lucky. I managed to book in with a photographer called Lewis, fantastic guy. I'll put his contact card and details up on there. Great guy, so lovely, so eager to chat and not just be like, take a photo, go. He was chatting with me. He was like asking, who's this character? What are they like? Trying to get a vibe to then figure out how best to take photos. Really, really looking forward to seeing them. I'm so excited. Had a shoot with him booked in at 12, so I was like, you know what, I'll get there at 11:30, gives me half an hour to just redo things. I did like a little makeup touch up as well, just in case, because some of it had kind of worn off, because again, I was stupid. And another con thing that I learned, I'd tested the body paint and it was fine, it worked. I didn't buy like a setting spray, and I didn't think to use hairspray or anything, so it slowly started to like rub off through the day, like either on the armor or like going from my hands to the helmet if I'm holding it on my bag, so that was quite disastrous by the end. I've just done my first shoot with someone, which is really, really fun and really exciting. I'm really, really excited to get photos back. Some of them absolutely slapped. But yeah, I'm just kind of going to keep strolling. The weather looks like it might not hold up, and I'm terrified for all this body paint, for how it's going to go. but we'll find out, hopefully. I've probably got a big old mark on my forehead as well from the helmet, but he's holding up just about. I managed to get about, I want to say like 5 different shoots in on Saturday, which was so exciting. And I'm really, really excited to have these photos because having this be like the full kind of finished cosplay, because the first time I wore it, I knew it was EVA armor, and in my head I was like, I want to get this 3D printed. And now I have, and I've got it, and I've painted it, and I've weathered it, and I've got it all assembled. It's got the chest box, it's got the tubes. Like, this is the finished piece. You know what I mean? This is the finished cosplay. So I'm really, really excited to get these photos back so I can kind of properly show you what this looks like and what this cosplay looks like. You should, if you want to keep in touch with those, you should find me on Instagram as well at edsflood, same as all the other socials. However, something I didn't realize until I got back later on, I didn't film a single video myself whilst actually in my cosplay. I'd done a couple little ones for doing some vlogging or for putting on Instagram or like videos of other people, but I hadn't filmed any of myself, and I have about 5 different TikTok transition videos that I had pre-filmed and pre-recorded ready to go that I never completed. And it wasn't until I got back and I got out the cosplay, because bear in mind as well, this cosplay was really like, I don't want to say heavy, but it was awkward. And because of how this tubing goes, I kind of always have to have my arms out a little bit, which eventually just gets really tiring on your shoulders. Basically, I got home, I was like, yes, I knew I could do it, get me out of this shithole. And took all the armor off, had a shower, came back up to my room, chilling, went on TikTok, had a quick look, realized I hadn't filmed any of the videos, and I was like, I can't get back in cosplay to do all this again. It's going to drive me insane. So I was like, you know what? Not going to do it. I'll just find another day where I really have nothing going on and I can spend however long it's going to take putting on body paint up to my armpits and all that sort of stuff. But hopefully on the photos it doesn't look too rubbed off, and if it does, I'm hoping I can maybe use some kind of, smooth tool or something on like Resolve or Photoshop, whatever, to try and even it out and make it look less splodgy, really. That's another thing I didn't realize. I was using a sponge to apply this makeup. Apparently you use brushes. Who knew? Well, apparently everyone else but me. I was applying it, and Holly, one of my friends, was like, "Are you using a sponge?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." But Saturday was really fun. I do think con is a different experience if you're by yourself. I had friends who I found there, and especially on Saturday, friends who I made through there was like 5 High Republic cosplayers. They were so, so lovely. There was Rev, who was cosplaying as Kaime the Stranger. So again, we adopted, that's closer to High Republic than prequels, I feel. So we took Rev. We had Rihanna as well, who was Dagangira. We had Lani, who was Avar Chris. And we also had Jane, who was a High Republic Jedi as well, like acolyte kind of, which was really, really fun. And it's really funny. I was walking about and I was just kind of strolling, and I was like, oh, that's a Jedi. And I saw them taking photos with one of their friends. And I saw the High Republic like braces and style, and I was like, oh, and I literally stood there just kind of looking at them like, and they looked at me and we were like, oh, you, it was like the Spider-Man meme with all like pointing at each other. But that was really nice. They were like, oh, come take some photos. So that was really, really sweet. So shout out to Jane, because that was really nice of them to do, because they didn't have to. There was no obligation. They could have been like, oh, cool, yeah, you're from High Republic. But no, it was really, really nice. And then later on, we had a Star Wars meet, which was really, really fun. This was maybe like, I want to say 3 o'clock. Big Star Wars meet outside. Shout out to Chimera Clan, because they were organizing all of this. And oh my God, it was so intense. Like, I couldn't imagine trying to organize it because there was so much going on and so many different groups and people and pockets of cosplayers. So they'd got one with like all of us in at first, which was really nice. And I was literally just stood there, just kind of chilling, looking about. I looked next to me, and literally, when I kid you not, like at my shoulder was Lani dressed as Avar, and I didn't know Lani beforehand. So I just saw an Avar Chris, and we literally both just went, like, oh, hi. So we immediately hit it off, and we were just chatting the whole way through. And then Rihanna Dagangira came and found me as well, which is really, really fun, because we chatted a little bit beforehand, because they were like, oh, do I want to do Mardo Road? Do I want to do Dagon? I'm not too sure, but that was really, really fun. So yeah, and then they did the shoot and they kind of cut it to groups. So they did Jedi versus Sith, and then they did like Padmes, and they did Jedi, and then they did Sith, and then they did it by era as well. So they were like, oh, prequel, original trilogy, and sequel trilogy. Obviously, that kind of gets quite like tricky because at what point does it go from prequel to original trilogy? For example, someone there who we knew was cosplaying as Wrecker from Bad Batch. Where do the Bad Batch fall? Because it's technically it becomes post Order 66, but it's not exactly a New Hope. But then I would say that Andor does fall into original trilogy timing. So it's a weird one. But yeah, we said to the organizers, we were like, oh, High Republic, where do you want us to go? Because we're not prequels, but it's closer to that than anything else. And apparently one of the organizers said we were going to do High Republic separate, and then we did a count, and there's only like 5 people. And for how many people there are, and what we're trying to organize, and how many people we're trying to like navigate and move about, and people trying to get through with a photographer, they were like, we're just going to put you with the prequel ones. And we were like, totally fine, that's all right. We'll go in our. So I think like us 4 were kind of stood in a little corner together, just as our own little, High Republic people over here. So that was really fun. So yeah, shout out Chimera Clan, because those guys are really, really impressive what they do, what they're organizing. The communication was on point as well. Like, the only times that I didn't know what was going on was because I had the helmet on and all sound just gets muffled in that. It's like putting on Chimera's helmet. All sound is just dampened and it's silent. So shout out to those guys. Sick Mandalorian cosplayers as well. Like, Courts, love Courts, amazing Mandalorian cosplayer. Those guys are so creative. There was like a Loki one. There was all sorts. They were really, really cool. So yeah, that was really fun. Did that. Did some meets. Met some people. We went and did like some shoots of our own as well, like just to kind of chat and chill. We met with the Vendetta Guild as well, which is another group that I'm a part of, and we hang out with the people there. That's got Jonathan and some others. That's got Revan as well, who was Chimera. So yeah, nice to go meet with them, but like not met anyone in person. So that was really, really fun. So yeah, that was Saturday, and then suddenly it came to it, and it was like, oh damn, we gotta go. So MCM Comic Con Day 2 is done. We are out. It is about 20 to 6 at the moment. So probably the worst time to leave realistically. But I've had a great day, done some really, really good, really fun photo shoots. That's been great. Had some fun times with friends. Tomorrow is content day because I've not made any today. So tomorrow is content day. Getting stuff planned, gonna be really, really fun. And we'll see you tomorrow. So skedaddled all the way back home. The tube was insane. There were so many people. Realistically, I think either you have to leave earlier or hold out and leave way later. Because when everyone decides to leave is when the tubes just get way too cramped and it's just not worth it. So yeah, that was Saturday. Sunday was my chill day. This was my day to be out of cosplay, in my civvies. I went as a kind of like Jedi-esque vibe. So I had on these brown joggers, which are like kind of open-ended. And then also I had like a kind of cream beige top and then like a brown one over top. So it was like, kind of Jedi tunic-esque kind of colours. And I had my Star Wars High Republic Loungefly bag as well with me because I love that bag. It's cute. It can't hold anything worth a damn, but it's a great bag and it looks cute, and that's all that really matters. I spent the day just kind of strolling and filming lots of content. Also, I went to the social media understanding analytics panel, which was hosted by Luke, Nelly, and Andrew. So that's I Like That Wookiee, Nelly Cosplay, and Simply Skywalking. Those guys are so good at what they do. This was their first time hosting a panel. It was my first time watching a panel as well, actually. I hadn't been to any before that. It was so fantastic. They are so well knowledgeable in what they talk about. They kept it really balanced. It wasn't like one person talking and the others were kind of trying to jump in. They were passing it around. They were passing questions around to each other because they all have like different little pockets of what they know. But that was so fantastic. I do know I recorded about 17 minutes of it. It was about a 45-minute long seminar. I do believe that Jedi Libby, recorded all of it on her camera. So the hope is that if it does get posted anywhere, like uploaded to YouTube by MCM, I will drop a link to it because I do think it's really, really beneficial for people to watch and understand, and also just to meet those guys because they're great. But that was really fun. Emma Lilico, who is the social media manager for MCM, was supposed to be there, but unfortunately got busy. Don't blame her. It was a hectic time. But I was really gutted that I didn't get to meet her at the panel. It was a real shame. But oh well. But yeah, and then after that, I went and did I've got a little photo trend that you'll be seeing on TikTok and on Instagram tonight. So go and check them out as well. It's a little kind of sunglasses trend where basically I asked different cosplayers to put the sunglasses on, take a photo. I've then painstakingly spent like 3 hours lining up the photos so the glasses are kind of in the same like place each time, and it's set to Charlie XCX I Don't Care I Love It, which I think is a banger and it's a tune. Yeah, and that kind of changes on the beat, so it's like a boom, I got this feeling on a summer day when you were gone, which, you know, is quite speedy and took a lot of time. I think in total there was 62 different photos in there, so that's 62 different cosplayers that I went up to and asked and got a photo with or from, which is insane. It's a lot. But that was really, really nice to do. It was nice to go and chat to people, also without being weighed down by a cosplay and my mobility. I was able to kind of stroll and do what I wanted. Like, you know, I wasn't kind of confined too much by timings. The only thing I really wanted to get to was the creator analytics panel, which was at 11. Apart from that, I had all day to just chill and stroll, chat with people. I met some really, really nice people there as well. Mo, shout out Mo. They probably won't see this, but either way, Mo was Jeff the Landshark from Marvel Rivals, which was really, really cute. Had a red saber as well, so I was like even more terrifying than the actual character. I'm trying to think, highlight of the cosplays that I saw. For accuracy, I'm going to say there was a Wukong who was there, who I did ask if they wanted to be part of it, but said because of they had like a full prosthetic mask on, as in like it was their eyes and their mouth, but it was all a fake like monkey mask. I'll drop a quick photo of them because I managed to grab one, but I asked them and they were like, I don't think it'll work with the prosthetics. It'll probably pull it off. And I was like, totally fine. Don't want to risk it. You know, I don't want to be the person who damages someone's cosplay because God knows I've spent however long working on it, however much money on it. Like, you don't want to be the person who breaks those kinds of things. You know what I mean? So I was like, totally fine. But that was a fantastic cosplay. In terms of like entertainment or like the most humorous, there was a Flash there called Speedy Boy Flash. Speedy Boy Flash was so lovely to chat to. I asked him if he'd want to take part. I did a little series as well, which was congoer advice for like first time congoers. He was so willing to be involved and so eager and chatty. And even like after we stopped recording, we were chatting away and like back and forth, back and forth. He was really solid guy. So shout out to him. He was fantastic.
Hiya, Speedy Boy Cosplay here. That sounds arrogant. First advice for first con, just go and have fun. Cosplay if you want, doesn't matter what quality. I started off over 9 years ago, and my first ever Flash suit was spray painted, and I left a maroon arse print on one of these sofas around here. I don't know if it's still here. I've come a long way since then. Just start, you know, just go, have fun, and once you start having fun, you'll never want to stop. I'll see you around.
Oh, there was a Buzz Lightyear who was there, who was really, really cool. It was a full 3D printed, like, this was a huge outfit, like bigger than the Master Chiefs from Halo, bigger than Mandalorians. Like, this was huge. This was like a tub. It was like the Warhammer kind of guys. But the best part, he was the Mrs. Nesbit version from Toy Story, where he's put in like a little like tiara and he's got a little pinny on. So that was just really funny to see. That was like, oh, that's really cute. But also like juxtapose how crazy impressive it was as well. So that was really, really cool. One of the things I did notice about Comic-Con that makes a big difference is the people that you go with. Because I didn't have anyone that I went to the con with. No one who I was like dedicated to being in a group to, where it was like, if Ed left, it was like, where's Ed? He's gone. I just kind of came and went and ebbed and flowed between different groups, which is fine. And it's the way things are, and that's totally okay. However, I do think that part of the con experience does come from the people you hang out with, getting to the con, the people that you go there with, sharing hotel rooms and waking up at like 5, 6 in the morning to start applying makeup for your cosplay and having music and things like that, and being in the Novotel or whichever one it is that you're with other cosplayers, and then afterwards going to after parties and hanging out together. Like that's something that I personally felt I missed from MCM. And I was saying, I was like, it's really tough going to a con by myself. However, the more I do it, the less it will be happening. Because the more I do it, the more I will meet people. The more I meet people, the more I'll chat. The more I chat, the more friends I'll make. And the more friends I'll make, the higher the chances that some of them are going to a con the same as I am and will invite me to go with them. Even if it's, we'll meet you at the tube beforehand, or we'll meet you outside the XL before we go in. It just heightens the chances, because otherwise, if I go, oh, I don't want to go solo, I just won't be going then. Like, I don't want to miss out on that. Another thing that I really, really enjoyed was like doing swaps with people. So swapping stickers. So I'll show you the armor that I have in just a second, which I've taken my Markion Ro armor and I've put all the stickers I got on the inside of it, which I just thought was a really nice way to kind of commemorate the armor and where I was and the scene that was kind of going on there. I did take a lot of inspiration from Cody, who is Coat Cos on Instagram, because they put stickers on the inside of their helmet, their clone helmet, and I was like, that's really clever. I think if I did that for Markion Ro's helmet, I would sweat it all off immediately. So I thought I'll put it on the armor instead, because like there's a bit of space between like the vest and the armor, so that can work. But I got some other little tradies which I kind of want to quickly show you. So first off, I got this little Loth cat from Star Wars Celebration 2025, which is crazy. This is from Jane, so shout out to Jane. Jane was the High Republic cosplayer who I met. So that's so sweet. I love this patch. I might try and put it on like a hat or something. Like if I've got a brown or like a beige hat, that would look really, really cute. I got this as well. I got a Yu-Gi-Oh card, which is crazy. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh well. The guy I was chatting to really, really did. He has a YouTube channel that I'll plug and put the link of below. But it's shiny, which I think is important. If it's anything like Pokemon, that's all I know. We got some more Clonely Fans cards as well. I really, really love these. It's really funny. Clonely Fans is a group who do... It's not just clones. It started as clones and it's kind of expanded since. But they have Clonely Fans, which is their little cosplay group. So this is Captain Rex. This is Rickle. So this is Rickle Cosplays on Instagram and TikTok. So height, 5'9", pain in the assery, 8 out of 10, flexibility, 15 out of 10, vision, 1 out of 10, and mobility is -3 out of 10. So I reckon if I collect enough of these, eventually I'll be able to play top trumps with them. Other things as well, I got these from Jedi Libby. I got an ILM 50-year celebration badge that they managed to grab an extra of from Celebration in Japan. And then also, they got me a Star Wars Visions pin as well from Star Wars Celebrations. Because as you'll get in our next episode of Hot Takes, the podcast, Libby and me talk a lot about Star Wars Visions and the animation style. And they thought, you know what, I've got an extra, I'll bring it along for Ed. So that's really, really sweet. So thank you, Libby. Now, these are even my favourite bits, and I'm going to show these in a video over the top here anyway. But if you do want to check them out, I've posted photos of them online on my Instagram too. I got a bunch of friendship bracelets from Libby, from Ree, from Court, and from Mooney as well, Spectre 1. So there's Cal Kestis, there's 2 Cal Kestis ones, 2 Markion Ro ones, and a Pink Poncho Club one as well, which is the Cal Kestis cosplay that I do. So I think they're just so cute, and that's just some of the little trinkets and freebies that I managed to grab at Comic-Con. But that was just really, really sweet, and I wanted to show you guys. Here's the front of the armor. This is what it looks like to everyone when I'm wearing it. But then this is the inside. How cute is that? It's like a little patchwork. It reminds me of my tattoos almost. It's like a little patchwork kind of piece. But it's really, really cute, and I really, really like it. It's got all my favourite pieces on. The other thing as well that makes a big difference is money, finances. At the end of the day, I like to be really, really transparent about things. I am broke. I am flat broke. I'm basically earning my outgoings. I've moved to London 3 months ago. I'm working 3 part-time hospitality jobs, but it's never enough hours in the weeks, or it's all late hours, so it gets really difficult and really tiring. And basically, I went to Comic-Con with £23 to my name. I had £23 in my bank account. And by the time I left the con, I was at minus £4 because I was paying for the tube each day. I didn't spend any money at the con. Anything that I got was a freebie from trading with people, trading stickers or friendship bracelets or whatever else there was, or trading cards, things like that. I didn't buy a single thing at Comic-Con, which is fine, and you should feel no obligation to buy things at a con. I would never want someone to feel pressured into buying things. However, it does remove an element of excitement when mentally I go, I don't even need to, there's not even any point me walking down Artist Alley because I can't afford it. It's different being like, I really shouldn't spend £30 on this print, but yeah, I'm going to anyway, it's just so cute. And going, I'd love to spend £30 on that print. That's a great print. I would love to have that hanging in my room. But I'm flat broke. I can't afford it. If my options are getting to con and buying this print, it's got to go to getting to the con. Which is why I'm so grateful to MCM for approving me for a creator pass for this year. I feel like they really kind of went out on a limb, and I really thank them for trusting me with it, and I really hope I haven't let them down with any of the content I've done or whatever. Hopefully there's still more to come out as well. I'm not there yet, don't worry, this isn't everything. But I'm so lucky that I got that creator pass, and I will really forever be thankful to the management team who looked at my socials, who took a chance and went, yeah, let's give it him. He can, hopefully he'll do something good with it. So shout out MCM, because without them, I literally wouldn't have been there, which I know sounds obvious because, yeah, but like for a weekend ticket, it was something like £97. It's almost £100, if not over. I couldn't afford that. Simply put, could not afford that. So even like for a day, I couldn't really have afforded to have gone for a day. So I'm really, really thankful that I got that creator pass. I don't presume that I will ever get it again. And I think it's a slippery slope to start presuming that I will get it again. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I got creator pass next time, so I'm sorted. I don't need to save up for MCM because I'll get it. No, I do need to still save up for MCM. But I do hope that I'll have taken this, and this would be my chance to kind of prove myself and be like, this is why you should consider me for it. This is the content I'm doing, these are the people I'm meeting, the interactions I'm having, the community I'm kind of trying to nurture and build and encourage others to come along as well. Like I've said, I'm like, if you're someone who has never been to MCM and really wants to go but is nervous to go, oh my god, please get in touch with me. Please tell me, because I will come find you somewhere. I will leave the con, I will walk out the con, I will go to the DLR, I will go to the Elizabeth line, I will meet you at the tube. You can come with me and we will spend the day together at Comic-Con. And if you then go, actually, I'm going to go home, fantastic, no worries, go home. If you see other people and you're like, oh my god, my friends are there, I didn't know they were going to be here, I'm going to go hang out with them. Great, go hang out with them, totally fine. But please don't deprive yourself of an opportunity that you really want because you're scared. Like, this is me like literally like reaching out a hand to you to offer, if you are ever in that position and you know that I'm going because I've been posting on my socials or whatever, get in touch with me, let's go together. Because God knows I'm probably going to be going solo as well. Like, let's not be solo together. Let's go as a duo. We don't have to have matching cosplays. We don't even have to cosplay. Come with. If it takes one person to say hi and introduce you to the con, I'll be that person, you know? But yeah, Comic-Con was so much fun. I'm so glad that I managed to go to it. I'm so glad that I managed to meet the people that I did and interact with them and chat. And honestly, I can't really think of anything I would do different. I'd wear my cosplay earlier. I'd wear my cosplay and make sure that it fit. But apart from that, I can't think of anything that I'd have done different. Maybe I'd have swapped it round and done my content on the Friday and then cosplayed Saturday, Sunday. Just because it came to Sunday, I was ticking out like crazy. I've got, people who don't know, I seem to be suffering with tics. My tics are kind of deteriorating. It started just a little bit, and then it became more present whilst I was working abroad. And often it's kind of, when I'm anxious or when I'm worried or heightened emotions, whatever. And then it started to become a bit more frequent, and it kind of became a bit more random. Like, it doesn't seem to be motivated by things. And it started to then kind of become verbal, which, like, it is it's getting concerning for me. I'm trying to figure out what to do about it. I've been to the GP. I'm on wait lists galore because welcome to the GPs. But yeah, so I was feeling quite nervous and ticky about going on Sunday. And again, being by myself made that a bit more concerning. If I had someone with me, I'd probably have been okay. But it came to that, and I was like, I've got to be talking to people and walking about a ton and taking photos and videos with people. I really can't be bothered. So maybe on reflection, I'd have done content on the first day and got all that recorded. And then if needs be, I still then had Saturday, Sunday to go, oh, I just want to get a little bit more. I just need to get a video with this thing, and I can. Rather than getting to Sunday and suddenly going, I need to cram everything in one last day because this is my last chance. Maybe that would be the better option. But you know what? We live and we learn. And hopefully I might be seeing some of you at October MCM London, which I believe is the 23rd to 25th. But I might be lying about that. They posted it last night, and I can't remember when the dates are. But I'll find out, and if needs be, future Ed can correct me on this, so we'll find out. But that's my time at Comic-Con. If you have any questions, please do get in touch. Let me know. We're going to be back, hopefully, with some more things on the podcast next week with Libby. They're fantastic. They're so, so funny and really well educated in the topics that we talk about as well. They've got a really great perspective to put on things. Met them again at Comic-Con, met them in Birmingham in November 1st, met them here again. Still such a lovely, lovely person. If you don't know Libby, go follow her. It's That Jedi Libby on all socials. They're fantastic. But apart from that, that's been our time at Comic-Con. Is there anything else that you want to know? Anything you want to see? If you got any questions, let me know. But apart from that, that's me signing off, guys.